Hey, thank you for all the views and subscriptions. They're coming in at a nice steady space, and it gives me more confidence and makes me very happy that people are enjoying the content that I'm putting up. So in today's Monday's Beatles video, I'm just going to show you the Beatles albums that I have on vinyl. So far, I won't be taking the LPs out of the jackets, out of the covers. I've done that on other videos. So we start off, I don't have everything yet. I think I have about 5 more studio albums to get before I have all the studio albums. So my first one I have is With the Beatles in stereo. We'll just have a look up here. And it's a fantastic album. Sounds very, very good on the stereo, but I prefer the mono, and I'll probably triple dip on this and get the that's the back. I'll get the stereo, the mono, and the 180 grams, and we'll be able to do videos and contrasting what the different vinyl sound like. That's the track list. There's all the Money Spider typos, so I try not to look too much at that because it gives me motion sickness looking at it too long. An excellent album. I kind of do I prefer it to the first one. Nah, it's I like all their early stuff much better than the later stuff, but I like all their stuff anyway. So this is a good one. This is if you have this one. It's yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10 anyway. I give all their albums 10 out of 10, but I really like this. I'm going to look at the song listing again, and it is All I've Got to Do, All My Loving, Little Child, Please, Mr. Postman. I think the Carpenters did a cover of that one. Roll Over Beethoven, and Money, and Devil in Her Heart. So very good album. Second album, we go on to the next album that I have, and that is a Italian pressing of It's a Hard Day's Night, and it's from the 70s, and it's in orange. It's normally navy blue. I showed it in another video, and this is the first one that they wrote all the songs on their first album was a movie soundtrack. It's all Lennon and McCartney songs. So yeah, that's a Hard Day's Night, and very good album. Again, I enjoy all their albums, so there's no kind of winners or losers except Abbey Road. That's the only one I don't like. I don't have that album yet. This is Beatles for Sale, and they really look tired. It's a gatefold. We'll open it up. Nice picture of them live. I never really took to their live stuff. They was half an hour long, and all the screaming, and that's kind of what really put me off them listening to them, was the screaming during their live shows. I couldn't hack that. So, but their studio stuff is absolutely excellent, and I don't actually have a live album yet. I probably will get the Hollywood Bowl album, and I do like the Rooftop one. This is in mono, of course, and so is this one. So we have 2 stereo albums with the Beatles. A Hard Day's Night in stereo, and this is in mono, and this is in mono as well, and they both sound absolutely fantastic. Help is on this one. It's kind of like this album is like with the Beatles and Beatles for Sale. It followed the same formula, and they didn't write all their own songs for the second movie, so they stuck with their early album formula. But there's some great songs on here. Act Naturally is on it. Yesterday is on it. Dizzy Miss Lizzie, and Another Girl, and Help. And I remember playing one of the first singles I played, 45 single. It was the P of Help. We had it on a 45 back in the 70s. This is Rubber Soul. No, it's not a gatefold. And this is the back. And it's in mono. So that's 3 mono pressings from, I'd say they're 3rd or 4th pressings. I'm not actually sure. I should look into the research. There's the PMC number there. Rubber Soul, and this is becoming a very much a favourite. Excellent songs on here. Michelle, Run for Your Life, Wait, and Nowhere Man. I love Nowhere Man. It's a really, really good song. One of my favourites. And in mono. And again, I'll double dip and have the stereo version and the 180 grams version. Here we go into the, speaking of the 180 grams, here is a Sgt. Pepper. And it is in 180 grams. Oh God. That's the Money Spider typos. So we won't look at that. And an excellent photograph of the band. And that's the 180 grams version of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Here we have the self-titled The Beatles. I don't know whether you can see is it's, yeah, you can just about see it there. The Beatles. And yeah, it's known as the White Album. And I did an unboxing of it so you can see all the stuff in that video. And yeah, all the track listing is in here. And the artwork was done by both Paul McCartney and Richard Hamilton, the inventor of pop art. So we have Dear Prudence, we have Glass Onion, Blackbird, Mother Nature's Son, Helter Skelter, and Good Night. Very, very good album, and I loved playing it on CD when CDs first came out. And next we have the last of the kind of studio albums I have is Yellow Submarine, so you can see a big contrast in the covers. So you know, that's why we collect physical media. So this is a fantastic album. Really good movie as well. Probably the best of their movies. The second one wasn't so good. And there's the track list. An absolutely fantastic collection of songs. And they kind of were, they didn't think too much of it at the time when it was being made. And then they brought out this remix and they were quite happy. Here we have the Red and Blue albums. I recently got this one. I have it on CD, on the Fat Boy CD. I played this and it's in absolutely fantastic condition. That's the back of the band. Yeah, that's the Red album. That's the Blue album. And the photograph is years later. And this is an all Lennon and McCartney affair, all the first album. No songs that are written by George Harrison or Ringo are on the first album. And then we have the Blue album. And I picked this one up in the car boot for 50p. I was quite happy. And all this track listing there. And this is you only really need to listen to this side, the fourth side of the Blue album, to really enjoy Abbey Road. So that's my take anyway. That's my opinion. And then we're down to these two, and these I always thought these two were prior to these two, but they're not. These were out before these two. And I quite like these two albums as well. They're kind of shorter versions of the red and blue albums, and they're excellent. And we show you the track list: Twist and Shout, Rock and Roll, Bad Boy, Roll Over Beethoven, all kind of from the early albums. And volume 2, Dizzy Miss Lizzy, Back in the USSR, Taxman, and Get Back. So they're kind of really good introductions to the Beatles. If you want to get into know their music, get these 2 albums, or just get the #1 CD. That's another good way as well. So thank you for all the views. I enjoy making these videos, and so I enjoy also the comments, the thumbs up, the likes and the shares. And we will see you next Monday for another Beatles video. And I'll be thinking up next week, all during the week, what form will I show you the Beatles collections that I have. So thank you very much, and we will see you in the next video.